Oldsmobile, I think. Maybe it was an old Cutlass. Back when the muscle cars were muscly. I used to know all those ones because I didn't know which kind I wanted to buy. Eventually I bought a GTO. I'm not so sure I should have, but it was a bit of a pig actually.
Oh, I'm sure all of them were.
No, there was some really, well, yeah, gas guzzlers. I filled up with gas. It was 25 cents a US gallon at one point.
Yeah.
You know, who gives a shit about gas then? No, you could fill for $3 pretty well. A little bit. We're gonna need a better nuke on this one, I guess. What did they make last year? 10? So they made good, but unless they requeen very late, it's possible we have a young queen. I need a hive here. Someone, Mauricio or whoever brings hives. The little gnome that brings a hive. Yeah, there's not much here. I don't know if she's any good. There might be a young queen in here that has potential, but she can't do anything without bees. She can't grow. They'll be up to strength by August. It's a little late for the honey float. It's a numbers game and a timeline, and everything's compressed, and it's more compressed this year because of the lateness of the situation. It's just a cold winter and sick bees from all the honeydew honey that they went into winter with. They don't winter with a shit on it. We knew that, but there's really nothing we could do. Take the honey out of the comb, well, that's not feasible for us. It's just full of shit that the bees can't digest. It plugs up their whole plumbing system. It's a green one? Yeah, killer, yeah. You found her already, good on you. There's some good combs in here this hive can go. There's some kind of nice pollen. We need a good nuke. Looks good enough to me. I don't know how much resistance we'll ever get into bees in a short time span. Here she is, too. At least I don't have to worry about rolling her. Okay, can you see her? She's in the middle of the comb there, maybe. You got her? You got smoke? Keep your eye on her. She's still there? She's still all good somewhere? Don't point. I see her. And just in case I flip the comb, right? We killed the queen like that once. Well, somebody pointed just as I was flipping the comb. The queen got squashed by the finger that was pointing. I'll tell you the Kirk story. I visit Kirk in Vermont. That's where he's from. He was up here once and gave a presentation at the Saskatchewan convention. Sells kind of bees and queens, doesn't do so much on honey production, but does some. Ended up doing his training a little bit under the guy whose name I can't remember right now, who was basically the father of apitherapy. I'll eventually remember his name, but it's not coming to me right now. Kurt wanted to get away from treatment, so he didn't treat his bees. I think he lost between 90 and 95% of the bees the first year. And somehow he managed, that's quite an economical hit, but he continued to build his bees from the survivors. Second year, he didn't lose quite so many. He lost, I think it was in the neighborhood of 70%. Kept on building his outfit from the survivors. A small operation it would be an economic disaster for us to do that. And the next year it was 50, or whatever it was. And then the next year it was 30, and then the next year it was whatever. And I think he kind of ended up to lose in the neighborhood of around 15 to 20%, but I haven't talked to him for a couple of years to know where that is right now. Anyway, I said, Jesus, Kurt, I should get some queens from you if we can figure a way that you can ship them to me. He says, I don't think it's going to do you any good. I said, what do you mean? He said, well, I don't think it's the bees that have changed. He says, I think it's the mites. He says, the mites that don't kill their host. Eventually, that's what I end up with. And that's the smartest thing I ever heard about this whole resistance shit. Makes the most sense. Anything that kills its host is to go the way of the dodo bird, right?
So he needs to start a business selling mites.
Well, I guess that might be one thing he could do.
Come down from somewhere scenic. It's only time. The nerve to love someone. To